Quick insights, big impacts with Cassie Yoder from Cass Concepts. We'll address the more established business owner who, no insult, may be set in their ways.
Oh, yes. Yes, we've seen those a lot. And that's okay, because I think with that time and with that respect of being in business for so long, you've got a lot of great insights. But what I also feel like we see more and more is these businesses that are not keeping up with the current marketing trends. They're getting lost. And I think that it reminds me a little bit about like when you go into the ocean and you think you just go out to the ocean like just a few feet. And then you realize that after like 30 seconds, you're like 5 feet from shore. And then you know, 5 seconds more later, you're 10 feet from shore. And it just keeps pulling you and you can't tread water. And so when you don't keep up with some of these trends and you don't move your business forward from a marketing standpoint, then all of a sudden you do feel like you're drowning. And that's a really difficult place to be when you ask for help and you reach out to like an agency like us at Cass Concepts and you say, listen, I'm at a point I really don't even know what to do. So we get asked this a lot. Well, what's something I can do for free? Well, everybody loves free. I know that. And I will tell you, Bub, I do think some of this free stuff is things that businesses are really no longer doing. They are so worried about making sure that, you know, some video they have produced goes viral on TikTok or on Reels. And did I produce this properly in Canva? Well, you know what? You're really overlooking the things that really mean the most, and that's human connection. So we say, start with one of these 4 things that we're going to throw at you today. Do it today. It'll take you maybe 10 minutes, and you'll start to slowly get back into the groove of things, and then jumping into bigger things like getting on social media, ensuring you have consistent posts. That feels less daunting.
Okay.
Something as simplistic as leaving a review for another local business. We all eat out for lunch over the course of the day. We all go shopping. We do things all throughout our communities. How many times do we actually leave a review? We don't. And it's so simplistic to just take the time to be like, hey, especially take it one step further. Look at your receipt or have the conversation. Look at the name tag of the person that helped you. A little tiny shout out of, hey, you know what? Peyton did a really awesome job today. He was a really great customer service person. He helped me find the things I needed to find. Thanks to him, I'll be back again. That's something that'll take you 10 minutes on Google or on Facebook. And at the same time, it means the world for somebody who is looking into services and products. They see those reviews, and that means a lot.
It's a good kind of contagious.
It is. And in a way, maybe it is like karma, where you're doing good, they see the good, and that's what our small towns and our communities really do need. So another thing I always talk about is how many times do we get the emails, do we get the invitations for a community event coming up? Maybe it's a business having an open house. It is a ribbon cutting, a groundbreaking ceremony, a chamber event. And we say, oh, I don't have the time. And you don't pencil it in. But that is boots on ground. That's free. That is a best way for you to reconnect and reestablish those connections. You know, we've talked before about LinkedIn. And so some of this ties together. So when you go to those functions, you have those conversations, that provides you then with something that you can then post to your LinkedIn. Hey, I'm really excited about this business. They just celebrated their 20th anniversary. I went to the groundbreaking or the ribbon cutting or whatever of their new business. It was great. I can't wait to see them another 20 years. Now you start seeing how these little free things can start to help build, whether it's content or little messaging or little thank yous, everything builds on itself. And also, how many times do we hear at Cass Concepts, you know, I'm doing all this advertising, I'm doing all these social media posts, but I still feel like people think that we don't exist. Or it's such a, I don't know, maybe just like a discouraging comment when somebody says the sentence, I didn't even know your business existed. Okay, so how do you combat that? You have to, whether it's you as the business owner or the manager, somebody on your team has to be the face. They have to be out and building those connections. You know, and one of the other things that we talk about is the old school sending a little handwritten note, sending a thank you, sending a shout out. Now, we can also do it digitally. So if somebody says, listen, my penmanship is horrific, okay? That's fine too. I get it. But that is another free tip that you're only out the cost of a stamp. You're only out your time. All boats rise with the tide when it comes to our smaller communities and building those up. We start seeing that cross connection. And I think that it's these types of tactics, these free tactics, that keep you so connected and intertwined. And that always helps build your business and your brand, but it also really shows the authentic side of you that you're really, truly wanting another business to grow.
Okay. Start the conversation. How do we get a hold of you?
You know, it's pretty simplistic. Hop onto LinkedIn, find me, Cassie Yoder at Cass Concepts. We're on Facebook, Instagram, or just go to the website, cassconcepts.com.